Hey, it's Steve Miller again, better known as Kelly's dad, and I'm back again for another segment on Steve Miller Speaks about strategic marketing or marketing in general. I want to thank you for coming back again to this segment. I guess I should make a comment. I told you that I'm in my office outside of Seattle, Washington, and my wife kind of made the comment the other day. She says, "Why are you doing that where they can see back there your messy office?" Well, I guess to prove to you that this is my office. And yeah, I'm sorry, it is a little bit messy. Actually, there are parts of it that are worse than this. So anyway, my wife would like for you to not pay any attention to the stuff that's back over on this side of me. Okay, so don't pay any attention to that. But the topic that I want to talk about with you today kind of goes back to the first segment that I talked about when I said that the purpose of business was to create and maintain long-term customer relationships. And what I want to talk about today is the idea of, okay, what type of a customer does it take to maintain a long-term profitable relationship? We go out, we create a new relationship with somebody, we create some type of marketing campaign, and then we also work very hard to maintain that relationship with them. And an awful lot of companies look at it from a perspective of, okay, well, what I need to do is create a satisfied customer. That's what I need to do. And, really, this is something that I take a lot of, I take a big issue with. For example, let's put it this way. What is a satisfied customer? Is a satisfied customer somebody who is totally ecstatic with your products and service and their relationship with you? Is that what a satisfied customer is? Is a satisfied customer loyal to you? Is that what they are? Do they stand on the top of the mountain and shout your praise to all the rest of the world and the marketplace and everybody else that you want to be talking to at the same time? Well, is that what a satisfied customer is? No, that is not what a satisfied customer is. You see, the fact of the matter is that satisfied customers leave all the time. Satisfied customers leave all the time. There are a couple of ways that I like to describe this to my client base when I'm talking about this issue. And the first one is what I call the X over Y issue. The X over Y issue is that if you take a look at these two figures here, all right, and let's say that the Y, the denominator in this fraction here, represents what your customers expect you to deliver to them. In other words, what they think that you are delivering. When they buy something from you, when they buy a product from you, and when they buy a service from you, and when they get that product, this is the expectation level that they think they are going to get from you, both in the type of product, the quality of the product, the value of the product, the price, customer service behind it, everything like that. This is what they expect you to deliver to them. Okay? The X, on the other hand, the numerator in this fraction, is what they think you then delivered to them. So that afterwards, after you have delivered the product or service to them, now they are saying to themselves, okay, here's what I got. So you've got an X over a Y. You've got what they think they got over what they thought they were going to get. Now, if the X is smaller than the Y, in other words, what they got from you afterwards, they feel was actually less than what they thought you were going to deliver to them, well, then they're unhappy. They are not happy at all. If the X is equal to the Y, well, then in my opinion, that makes them a satisfied customer. You delivered exactly what they thought you were going to deliver to them. And so, bang, they are now a satisfied customer. But if the X is bigger than the Y, then you delivered more than what they were expecting from you. And boy, does that make the customers happy, right? whenever you can deliver something, or when you're the customer yourself of companies, and boy, they surprise you with something that you just did not expect. Some type of bonus, some type of new benefit, some type of customer service that they delivered to you that was above and beyond what you expected from them. Well, then that makes you super happy, okay? And I believe that in order for us to keep customers as part of our customer base and to maintain long-term customer relationships, the X has to be greater than the Y. If all we do is deliver a product or a service that is equal to what they think they're going to get from us, that makes them satisfied, yes, but it doesn't make them want to stay. Let me give it to you a different way. Let me describe it to you this way. Let's look at it from a perspective of the pyramid of the customer perception, the customer relationship with you, the supplier or the provider with them, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to divide this triangle into 3 parts, all right, or pyramid, however, consultants, I guess, use pyramids, so we'll use a pyramid. Now, let's say at the bottom of the pyramid, this is where the X equals the Y. This is where you meet expectations for them. They think that they thought they were going to get something from you, and you met it exactly, okay? That means you met their expectations. Now, what if you did something that was just a little bit above and beyond, something where they thought, oh, it would really be cool if my supplier did this for me, or they were able to make the product a little bit better, or they were able to add a little bit of a bonus to this. And it could be something that the customer on their own could think of to say, all right, it would be pretty cool if they were able to do this for us, all right? In that case, you now exceed their expectations. The X is now greater than the Y, and that's a very, very good thing. But what if you were able to deliver an expectation to them that they never thought of, but that was just really, really cool, that they said, oh my gosh, that is really awesome. I would never have thought of that. And in that case, what you've done is you've delivered an unexpected, you've gone above expectations. It's now unexpectations, I guess, so to speak. And what this means is that at the bottom level of the pyramid is that when you meet expectations, your customers are now satisfied. And that is, in my opinion, the very bare minimum level that you should have with them. At the very lowest level, you should have satisfied customers, okay? And then if you can bump it up just a little bit to where it's something that maybe they would desire to have, a benefit that is above and beyond what they expected to get from you, then you can exceed their expectations. If you can jump up even a little bit higher and deliver something that is unexpected to them, that delivers the wow that we've heard so much about over the last several years in books and speeches and from big-time consultants talking about, oh, deliver the wow, deliver the wow. As you can think about, for example, a hotel that you stayed at maybe recently where, okay, the hotel was fine, it was clean, the food was fine, the room was cleaned up, the housekeeping was done every single day, things like that. And you said, you know what, yeah, okay, they delivered what I expected them to deliver. I'm a satisfied customer. Does that necessarily mean you might go back to that hotel? Well, okay, maybe you will go back to that hotel. Will you go out of your way to go back to that hotel? Will you make sure that when you go back to that city, that doggone it, that's the hotel you want to stay at? Well, if the answer to that is no, well then you were a satisfied customer, but you were not a loyal customer. You're not a repeat customer. You're not a long-term relationship for them. But if you then say, okay, well, not only do I want to go back to that hotel, but I have told all of my friends about that. Well, you're now a loyal customer because they delivered something, they made that X so much larger than the Y that they exceeded your expectations and maybe even delivered the unexpected wow that really makes you want to talk about them to your friends and peers and everybody else. So that, using the hotel as the example, you're going to go to that hotel every single time you go back to that city, and you're going to tell your friends, boy, they better go back there too. So, just remember, You don't want them to be merely satisfied. You want the X to be greater than the Y, and if possible, the X to be way, way greater than the Y. That's it for this message, and I'll see you on the internet.